Hey there, everybody. Welcome. This is CP Cards and Dice, and welcome to a game of Cold War baseball. This is a game that was created in the 50s. We're playing it in the year 2000, and we're right about to get started. This is a replay that I'm doing with the 87 Mets. It's Mets at Cubs, circa Chicago 1987. And I don't have the standings for the Mets right now because this game doesn't show them to me. I'm using Stratomatic Baseball, and I don't see that information on my screen, and I'm not going to go back into that, but I will find out a little bit later what their actual record is in my replay. Let me show you a couple of do's and don'ts with APBA Basic 101. This is probably the fastest game in the West, and you will see that in a second. Very easy to set up. I set everything up right out of the envelope. So the Mets are ready to roll, just like that. Now I didn't count up the defense because 9 times out of 10 it's a number 2 column defense. So you got to use a chart. In the old days it was a big old chart. Now it's a smaller, spiraled rule book. All right, this is the rule book today. In the old days, it was a little bit different. It was some big old charts, and let me show you those charts. Let's get some. Give me 1 second before I get started here. Let me show you the charts. Let me show you do's and don'ts, and we'll get started. We'll start rolling right away. Got the crowd. It's a nice crowd today. Crowd here in Chicago is excited about the ball game. Today's my Cold War baseball day. I'll be playing a couple of Cold War era games, APBA and Stratomatic. So this is the old charts that they used to have right here. See that? Ginormous with 3 basic columns. Column 2, column 1, and column 3. There's only basically there's 3 basic pitcher ratings, and that's an A, a B, and a C, and of course the D is already part. This is D actually. That means everything's a hit. So these are the old school boards. They changed that over time, and they said let's become sleeker and more modern. And here you go. Now you got this thing happening, and you got to go to this, more often than not. A lot of it you memorize, but the minute guys get on base, then it starts getting a little different, and you have to kind of refer to it every so often. That slows down the play a little bit, but it's okay. So musts in APBA. Okay, this is absolutely a no-no. You do not. Hey there, Max. How are you, brother? You do not use whatever this is, this clearish, frosted cup. This is definitely a no-no. This proves that you are a neophyte in terms of APBA gaming. You do not use this. Okay, so we're going to put an X on that. Do not use. No, ever. Okay. So you must use, so this out and this is in. This is what you do use. Okay. And we do make exceptions with the earlier version of a cardboard shaker that they had in the 60s. We allow that every so often. But I don't have one of those. I'm from the 70s, and we use the yellow one. So you must use a yellow shaker. And there are no hand rolling or auto rolls with APBA. You must use a shaker, and you got to make noise, just enough noise if you play at night to wake up your household. So now the dice. The dice cannot be a blue and a yellow, or a orange and a yellow, or a pink and a green. It's got to be always 100% a red larger die, 2d6, so a red larger die and a white smaller die. Those are the rules of APBA Basic. Okay. Now, I made an assumption when I started this game, and I said I was not going to count up the defense because 9 times out of 10, you can tell by the record of the team that the offense is probably going to be a column 2. Let's see. I may be right. I may be wrong. Let's check it out. So Dykstra's a 2. Tuffle. Oh wait, Tuffle's not playing today. It's going to be Backman. These are actual lineups from the era. This is a game sometime, I think, in July, probably. We'll find that out later. Let's see if we can get Backman in there. Now, these cards are very easy to read and ginormous. And the ones you don't have, you can print out. There's Wally Backman. Wally Backman's a 7 at second base. Keith Hernandez is a top fielding first baseman at a 5. Strawberry, good at a 2. McReynolds is an exceptional fielding left fielder. Carter definitely holds his own at an 8. Johnson, below average at a 3 at third base. And Santana, an 8. Average shortstop. Mitchell is a poor fielding pitcher. All right, so anywhere between 36 and 41, it's going to be a 2 column. So this is, let's see if I still remember how to add. 12, that's 14, and 2 is 16, and 3 is 19, and 8 is 27, 30, and it's going to be 39. So what does that tell us? Equals a 2 column. So I was right once again. I did not have to go through all that. You don't need to do all that. It doesn't matter. Just use a B for everybody. All right, let's see. Let's find Palmeiro is out today. Dawson's in there. Mumphrey. Moreland's in there. Quinones is in there. I got to find a guy named Mark Sanderson, another D pitcher. Almost every pitcher is the same in this game. So Sanderson's a D, Mitchell's a D. One's got a Y and a Z, which is such a small detail that doesn't really come into play that often. But guys like to present represent that that's a whole different rating. Not really, but okay. If we want to make believe, we're making believe that we're playing a real game anyway. So we might as well make believe that they have actual unique ratings in this game. This, by the way, is one of my favorite games. So imagine if I didn't like it. All right. Let's see where we were. All right. Sandberg. Martinez starts us off. I got to find Martinez. Oh, this is Sundberg. This is Sandberg. There you go. Davis, Matthews. Matthews not in there. All right, these I think are my starters. Where's Martinez? I may not have a Martinez. Brumley. Lancaster, Palmeiro. All right, let's see. Dawson and Durham. Durham is there. Mumphrey. Moreland. Quinones. And the catcher, Jody Davis. Sly dog. Dave Martinez. All right, let's get started. Here's how you play APBA baseball. Let's get our crowd going here. Crowd's excited here at Wrigley Field. 1987. All right, we're gonna read it's 2d6, and we roll the red before the white, and I'll show you how to play it. It's Lenny Dykstra's up in the box. Scott Sanderson looks in for the sign, and it's a 33. That's going to be extra bases perhaps for Dykstra, and no, it's going to be cut off quickly by Dave Martinez in right center field, and it's going to keep Dykstra to a single. So Dykstra's on with a single. Next is Wally Backman, and we're going to be doing a hit and run here. And a 33 is line base hit. That's going to send Dykstra to third. So right off the bat, the Mets have a powerful offense. Mets already have the first 2 men on, and it's Keith Hernandez. The infield's going to be back. 43, that's a 29. That's when we have to start checking You see a 29 could be, it's some sort of comebacker to the pitcher. I'm not sure exactly what happens here. Fielding column 2, I never counted this, but I can almost guarantee. So let's see, it's a 29 is our result. Let's put that so we don't forget. It was a 43 was the roll. And equals 29. And a 43 is 29 on every single player, by the way. So they're all the same. All right, so let's my theory, my hypothesis was that 90% of the teams are fielding column 2. And I'm going to see if I'm right or wrong. I could be wrong. Who knows? 9, 3 for Durham, 3 for Dawson, 1 for Humphrey, 3 for Moreland, 7 for Quinones. I'm using his extra player card set, which you can buy pretty cheaply for these older sets. 8. And then Sanderson's a 2. So let's add these up. 11, 14, 17, 18, 21, 28, 36, 38. And if it's 36 to 41, it's a column 2. And guess what? Column 2. I am genius. All right, let's go to the 29. Let's see what it says here. Fielding column 2, 29. Runner out at first, others hold. 1 to 3. So it's a comebacker to Sanderson, and that's 1 out. So Hernandez fails to deliver in the top of the first. APBA Basic. 14 is a 12 off the bat of Darryl Strawberry. A 12 says infield is back on this. It's going to be an infield runner at sec. Let's see. Deep. 3-6-3 double play. So it's a ground ball to the first baseman, Durham. Goes to second to the shortstop, Quinones. Back to Durham. 3-6-3. And the Cubs are out of the inning. No runs, 2 hits. And we go to the bottom of the first. Dave Martinez, 13, ball 4. Martinez walks. Ryan Sandberg. Should we try a hit and run? Yeah, he's got a bunch of 13s there. And not too many 31s, not too many 13s. 31 is the number you want for hit and run. So he's going to hit and run. A 53 is going to be an 18. Haha. Now we got to go to the hit and run chart. Everything's based on hit and run chart here. So a hit and run chart under run around first, 18 says ground ball, shortstop. Santana up with it, no chance at second base, and this is going to move the runner over. Exactly what you want, right? Exactly what you want with a hit and run. That's really all you want. And I'm going to make this a little bit bigger there. Okay, now it's Bull Durham, Leon Durham, left-handed hitter. The APBA cards don't have any stats on them, so I have no idea what he did. Now, this is a 41 result. This is an unusual result. A 41 result with runner on second is going to tell me there's a balk. Wow, how often does that happen? Not very often. Once every 27 games. So there is a balk. It's called on Mitchell. He wants to know what he did. Not happy. And Davey Johnson is going to come out of the dugout. All right, everything settles down. Nobody knows what went wrong there with the delivery. But runner on third, no score, 1 out. Leon Durham, 31, and a 9 is going to be line base hit. That's going to drive in a run. RBI single for Durham. And the Cubs are on the board. The Hawk Dawson, who was the MVP in '87, hit about 50 home runs. And that's a 45. That is ball 2. Again, the Hawk, 42, and that's strike 3. Mitchell blows one by the Hawk, Andre Dawson. With 2 outs now, it's Mumphrey. Durham is at first. And a 21 is lifted to left field. Over is McReynolds, makes the catch, and that retires the side. But it's going to be 1 run on 1 hit and a walk. And the Cubs lead it 1-0 going to the top of the second. McReynolds. That's a ground ball to short. Next is Gary Carter. That's a deep drive left field. Back goes left fielder Mumphrey to the track, to the wall. It's out of here. Gary the Kid Carter connects. And the game is tied. 66 is automatic home run. Johnson is next. And that's a strikeout for the second out. And Santana, 13 is ball 4. That's the same on every player. So Santana walks, and that brings up the pitcher Mitchell. 24 is a fly to left. Right there is the left fielder Mumphrey, makes the catch, and that retires the side. And Mets pick up 1 run on 1 hit, and it's all tied at 1 apiece. Hope you're enjoying our presentation of APBA Baseball, Cold War Baseball 101. And it's going to be Bobby Moreland, third baseman. 62 is a fly to right. Right center field. Over is Strawberry, makes the catch. Luis Quinones, 32, and that's chopped to second base. Backman makes the play. JD or Jody Davis, the catcher. 63, strike 3, and that retires the side. 3 up, 3 down. What did that inning take? 10 seconds? So that is one of the upsides of APBA Baseball. You can play very, very quickly. Dykstra, 53, and that's a 15. What I use for this is this little additional chart that I picked up somewhere. I don't know where. 15. It's an actually official APBA journal chart. So 15, I'm going to roll on a randomizer, error randomizer. It's a 62, and that says ground ball shortstop, and that is booted. Booted by the shortstop Quinones, and we'll confirm that. Quinones is a 7 at shortstop, and that is E6. So Dykstra's on an error, and we're going to put that in there on top here. Okay. Next is Backman. 15, that's line base hit. To third goes Dykstra. Deja vu all over again. And there goes Backman. Throw down, not in time. So Backman steals second. Second and third now for Keith Hernandez, and nobody out. Here's the pitch. Infield's in. That's a 9, and a 9 on a deep pitcher. Second and third, a 9 on a deep pitcher is going to be single over first. Runner scores. S on second is thrown out at home. We don't have that. So it's a 2-run single for Keith Hernandez. And it's a 4-2 ball game now. Next is Darryl Strawberry. And that's a 16 result with a runner on first. I believe we're going to have to roll again. We're going to have to roll on this little chart, because that's, again, another randomized potential error. And a 61 says ground ball shortstop with a runner on first, and that is booted again, and that's going to allow Hernandez to make it all the way to third. So it's going to be E6. 2 errors on the shortstop in this inning. McReynolds is next. Runners on first and third. Infield is in. That's lined, and that's a base hit. That's going to score at least a run. First and third, a 10. Single over second. 1 runner scores other than third. Batter. Oh, wait. Other out at third. 8-5. So there's going to be an out. There's a single, RBI. And out at third, 8-5. So that's the first out. He scores. And McReynolds on this situation, single over first, runner scores, other out at third. Batter to second. So on the throw to third, on the put out at third, McReynolds goes to second. So there's 1 out now. And it's Gary Carter who homered, and a 35 is a 36. This is a wacko game. A 36 is again, you got to keep on looking at the wild pitch. There goes. So we've had a walk, a wild pitch, 2 errors, and we're going to find Sanderson, give him a wild pitch there. Gary Carter up at the plate, 36, and that's a 33, which I believe is a pop-up with a runner on third, a 33. Fly out, F scores, and McReynolds, is McReynolds an F? I believe he is. He is. So that's going to be a sacrifice fly, deep right field. Back goes the right fielder, Dawson, near the track, makes the catch, SF, 9, RBI. And that was the catcher who scored him. And right here, that was 2 RBIs for Hernandez. So that's the first baseman who scored him. And then this was catcher scored him, and this was the left fielder who scored him there. All right, so there's 2 outs now. The Mets have scored 4 runs. I doubt they're going to get any more. Howard Johnson, but you never know. And that is a ground ball, 25. 25 with a runner on, hold on a second. Yeah. Nobody on, so that's going to be, Sanderson is what? Is a Y. That's going to be a ground ball, second base, over to first, and that retires the side. So the Mets on 1, 2, 3 hits, score 4 runs, 3 hits and 2 errors, a wild pitch. And the Mets are up by a score of 5-1. Let's see if things will settle down a little bit. We're not pulling Sanderson just yet. He's up and strikes out. Top of the order, Dave Martinez, pitch from Mitchell, and that's a ground ball, third base. Johnson, 2 away, 31, single, base hit. Sandberg is on at first. Durham, 21, and that's a strikeout. That's strikeout number 4, and that's going to retire the side. Let's do this real quick. All right. So we go top of the 4th. It's 5-1 Mets. Santana leading it off, 44. That's line. Base hit center field. Played on a hop by the center fielder Martinez. Mitchell is going to bat away, 6, and he strikes out. Top of the 4th, 5-1 Mets playing APBA Basic. Cold War baseball. Dykstra lines one, drops it in front of the right fielder. And this is going to allow Santana to go to third, first and third. So again, Sanderson is in trouble. And we're going to have to look at the bench now. See who they were using. Let's see. I hate to bring somebody in so soon, but you know what? I'm still going to do this because a couple of those runs, first of all, there were 2 runs that should have been outs. You had an error there and an error there. So I'm not going to figure all that out, but I'm going to let Sanderson, infield is in, 14, and that's 12. First and third with the infield in. It's going to be safe at first. Runner out at home, other to second. So it's going to be a 4-2. So Sandberg goes home with it and gets Santana trying to score, 4-2. That's out number 2, fielder's choice. And Dykstra goes to second base. So first and second, Keith Hernandez. A 23, and that is strike 3, and that retires the side. So we trusted Sanderson to get out of the inning, and he did. No runs. No runs on 2 hits. How many hits has he allowed? He's allowed 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 hits in 4 innings. Andre Dawson, bottom of the 4th, 42. That's a strikeout. Number 5 for Mitchell. I don't know if you remember Jerry Wayne Mumphrey from Tyler, Texas. You remember Jerry Wayne Mumphrey from Tyler, Texas? I do. All right. Jerry Mumphrey, here he goes. He's a switch hitter. Grounds back to Mitchell. And it's Moreland. Zonk Moreland, 54. That's a fly to right. Right there, Strawberry. 3 up, 3 down. Easy inning for Mitchell. Top of the 5th. All right, let's see here. We're looking to see who the Cubs have for pitchers. Oh, Ed Lynch is on their team. This is game. I see what's going on here. Let's go back. Let's go back a little ways. May. Let's go into the beginning of June. See if we get something in the beginning of June. April. May. Beginning of June. I'm surprised they're not playing. No. Cannot play this. Cannot find this game for the life of me. I keep on going into July, and it's just not. It's just not into July. Now, could it be in August? I can't imagine this game being played in August. We checked that. That's. I can't believe it being played in September either. They don't even play the COD. There's a no. Oh, I don't know what's going on with this. But I saw that it was Sanderson. Let me look here on the screen, because I'm using the actual lineups based on Stratomatic Baseball. Let me bring up that screen real quick here just to make sure, because it says that Sutcliffe is pitching this game, but I have Sanderson pitching this game. And am I right or am I wrong? I could be wrong. It wouldn't be the first time, won't be the last time. We'll have to switch. They're all the same anyway, so it doesn't matter. We just have to switch pitchers. Sanderson is pitching in this game. Scott Sanderson. And nowhere does it say the date of this game for me to figure that out. That's frustrating. Maybe in the box score? I don't know. Where can I find a box score on this thing? Let's see. Visitor. I wish it would say the date. this too much. So nowhere can I find this game here. Now I'm in I passed August. Could it be a Thursday game? Maybe I misread the date. And it could be the Thursday game. No, it's not the Thursday game. Could it be if anybody can find this game was between Scott Sanderson and John Mitchell in 1987 at Chicago. And I cannot find the date of this. I cannot find this game for the life of me. I'm going through every month. Going through every month here in Baseball Reference. I got all the way in August, but maybe it's a Saturday game. Perhaps it's a Saturday game. I just misread the. No, that's Leach goes in the Saturday game. Is it a? Let me go back into. So they don't play them in April. Is this 87? This is 87. They don't play them in April. They play them in. They play them in June, but it's a Monday game. Could this be a Monday game? No, that's Ron Darling. So it's not a Monday game. All right. This is becoming a little bit of a mystery that's starting to get me annoyed. Is it a Tuesday game, June 9th? No, that's Leach. Is it a Wednesday game? June 9th, June 10th? No, not there either. So it's not so there's no games. Let's see. Start from scratch again. Oh, I don't care how long this takes. Chicago. It's not in April. All right. It's not going to be in May. So we already looked at those 3 games. So it's not going to be a Friday game. That's the deal. And it can't be this one because this is that the Mets are at home. So it can't be that series. The Mets in this case are away. So it's got to be, okay, it's got to be the series in August. So we got to be playing in August. And it's the series here. It's either, maybe it's a Sunday game. No, because Ron Darling went in that game. Let's look at the Saturday game. Leach won in the Saturday game. Try the Friday game. Aha, I found it. Okay, Drew Hall. Drew Hall's coming in. That was bothering me. Sorry, guys. It was a Saturday. What did I say it was? No, I was right. It's a Friday game. It's a Friday, August 14th. And I got to check after this game. I'll check the standings. And it's going to be Hall coming in to pitch because I just want to have him ready. Stop it. So now I don't have Drew Hall. Well, I don't care if I have Drew Hall. We'll get somebody else, or we'll pull out Drew Hall. Drew Hall may have been with another team. We may have to pull him out of another team. There he is, Drew Hall. He's a lefty. All right, good. So where are we? Top of the 5th. Score is 5-1 Mets. It's going to be Darryl Strawberry against Scott Sanderson. 32, ground ball, second base. Sandberg up with it, whips it over to Durham. 1 up, 1 down. McReynolds, snake eyes. That's pulled down the line into left field corner. After it is the left fielder Mumphrey around first and into second base is Kevin McReynolds with a double. Gary the Kid Carter, and it's a 16, and that's chopped to short, excuse me. And Quinones looks McReynolds back. 2 outs. Hojo, 65, that's popped up. Catcher, and that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit. Moreland. No, Quinones is up. Luis Quinones, that's line, base hit. Next is J.D. Davis, ground ball, second base. They're going to be able to turn it. It looks like it's Backman to Santana, over to Hernandez, and it's 4-6-3 double play. Going to let Sanderson bat, and that's a strikeout. Go to top of the 6th. Santana's up, 23, and that's a ground ball, second base. Sandberg throws him out. Mitchell strikes out. 2 up, 2 down. You can get like 10-second innings out of APBA Basic, and that was one of them. 6-3. 3 up, 3 down. Go to bottom of the 6th. I like these old seasons because you can keep pitchers in there a lot longer. Dave Martinez, 55, and he lines 1, base hit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Martinez on with a single. Sandberg, that's a deep, oh no, that could be extra bases, 35, and that's a deep drive to left field. Back goes McReynolds to the track, to the wall. It's out of here. 5-3. 2 RBIs for Sandberg. And it's Bull Durham. 15. He lines 1 base hit center field. Played on a hop by Dykstra. Dawson, 24. That's a fly to left. Under it is McReynolds for the first out. Mumphrey. And that's a base hit. Over to third goes Durham. He should be, yeah, he's fast. So he goes to third base, and that's going to be it. That's going to be it for Mitchell. Because you got 1 out, first and third now, top of the 6th. So the Mets are going to bring in somebody. Who are they going to bring in? They're going to bring in Jeff Innes. Jeff Innes pitched in this game. And he's probably a card I created. Not too sure. Yep, there he is. Jeff Innes is coming in to face Moreland. So it's 5 1/3 for Mitchell. And then Innes is in there. And Innes is a, what is he? He's a C. He's going to become a BXY. So XY, he's got strikeout power. And he's a C. He's going to become a D for this one batter. That's one of the rules. So first and third, 1 out, infield's back, 23, and that's a ground ball to the second baseman. First and third, and that's going to be it's going to be a Backman goes to second to Santana for 1, back to first. It's going to be a 4-6-3 double play, and the Mets are out of the inning. Wow. Innes comes in and induces a tailor-made double play ball, top of the 7th. The Cubs pick up 2 runs in that bottom of the 6th on 4 hits. And we go top of the 7th. There's going to be Backman leading off. Score now is 5-3 Mets. Backman, 25. That's line base hit. Hall is in there. Hall is a W. Wally Backman, and now Hernandez with hit and run, 16, and that's a ground ball. Only 1 play. So Backman's to second base. That's a 6-3 put out. Darryl Strawberry, 41, and that's a strikeout. 2 outs. Kevin McReynolds, 32, and chopped to second, charged by Sandberg, whips it over to first, and that retires the side. 1 hit, no runs. 5-3 in the bottom of the 7th. This is still a pretty good game. It's going to be Quinones, Davis, and then a pinch hitter. 63, that's a fly ball right field. Darryl Strawberry's there. Davis walks. And we're going to get a pinch hitter now. And who were they hitting? Who were they using for pinch hits? Palmeiro. Rafael Palmeiro, 1987. I remember him from the 90s. And then we're going to get another pitcher. It's going to be Baylor. Oh, no, Baller. There he is. Jay Baller is going to come in to pitch. So we're going to get that in there. All right. So it's Innes versus Palmeiro. We could bring in a lefty for the Mets. Let's see. There's 1 out. We're going to leave Innes in there. He's a C pitcher. Palmeiro. Pinch hitter. Here goes. 16. That's chopped to second base. And that's going to be only 1 play, and I believe that's going to be a play to first. 28 is, yes, play to first. Moving to second is Davis. And we go to top of the order. The bottom of the 7th, 5-3 Mets. Dave Martinez, here's the pitch. 62, that's strike 3, and that retires the side. So no runs, no hits, a walk, man left on base. We go to top of the 8th. Gary Carter, against Jay Baller. He's an X and a W. A D pitcher, X, W. I may or may not remember those particular ratings. I'll try to remember. Carter. Ground ball. Oh, an X is a strikeout there. Carter down swinging. Johnson's next, 56, and that's a strikeout. Back-to-back Ks by Baller. And Santana, 43. And I think that's a strike 3. So I believe he strikes out the side. Let me check again the chart. A little bit annoying. And it is strike 3. 3 up, 3 down. Baller strikes out the side. No runs, no hits. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 5-3 Mets. Can the Mets hold on? That's the question. Sandberg's leading it off. 33, and that's going to be extra bases. And into second base with a leadoff double is Sandberg. So we're going to get a new pitcher. It's going to be, who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Aguilera's a righty. Bob Ojeda, but he's a starter. Orozco, going to bring in Jesse Orozco. He's their closer, so we'll let him close. A 6-out close for Jesse Orozco. And we're going to have to pull a double switch. Pull a double switch. Orozco's going to go there. Pitcher. And then here's going to be a new catcher for the Mets. It's going to be Barry Lyons. Barry Lyons. There he is. All right, Durham with runner on second base. Durham's the tying run right here against Orozco. Let's look at Orozco. Orozco's XYZ. Excuse me. All right, here's the pitch, Durham. And that looks like 56, and that's a strikeout. So Orozco gets Durham with a curveball. Next is the Hawk, the 87 MVP, 5-3 ball game. Bottom of the 8th, 1 out. Sandberg takes his lead off second. Orozco looks in for the sign. And that's a deep drive to left field. There's no doubt about that one. That ball's gone. Game is tied. The Hawk connects. 2 RBIs. The game is tied. Five. Mumphrey's next. And that's a strikeout. And Moreland, 36, and that's a K. And that retires the side. But not before the Hawk ties the game with a 2-run blast. Game is tied at 5. It's going to be 2 runs on 2 hits here in the bottom of the 8th. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the Mets have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as well. All right, top of the 9th is going to be top of the order. Excuse me, Lenny Dykstra. No, actually it's Barry Lyons with a fly ball center field. Over is Martinez, makes the catch. Top of the order now, Dykstra. And that's going to be extra bases for sure. Not only is that going to be extra bases, but that's going to go over the wall. That's out of here. Lenny Dykstra gives the Mets the lead back with a home run. 6-5 Mets, Wally Backman. And that is a ground ball and through for a base hit. So let's go over here. Let's see who else the Mets have in the bullpen that's a little bit better than these guys. Next game. Let's see. DePino's coming in. He is much better. All right, DePino's coming in. But it's a lefty. Let's see if I got a lefty somewhere here. Let's go to the next game. That's how I pick out my players. Just keep on going game by game. Usually try to stick to the series. And I usually write them. Lee Smith. You know what? Lee Smith, Drew Hall, Ed Lynch. Let's check Ed Lynch. And Lee Smith. DePino is a lefty. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna bring in DePino to face Hernandez. And DePino's a BY. All right. And he's going to go down here somewhere in the end. He becomes an A for this batter with a runner on first. 6'5" Mets. Keith Hernandez. 53 and 19. We're going to have to roll on the error randomizer. 35 is an 18. That's going to be the third error committed by Quinones in this game. So it's going to be E6. Third error by Quinones. First and second. Let's just make sure that. Yep. Oh, runner to third. So runner goes to third on this. First and third infield is in. Darryl Strawberry. Oh, that's a 25. First and third infield in. 25 is going to be a ground ball to the shortstop, Quinones. He's going to go home with it, and he is out at home, tagged out. So it's going to be a 6-2 fielder's choice. That's 2 outs. (6-2). And now it's McReynolds with runners on first and second. Going to bring in a new pitcher. Going to be Lee Smith. Lee Smith's coming in. He's XYZ. And he's what? What did I say he was? It's a righty. So righty B, he'll be an A. X just for this play, XYZ. All right, McReynolds, here's the pitch. 34, that's a fly ball, center field. Under it is Martinez, makes the catch, and that retires the side. But the Mets pick up the go-ahead run on 2 hits and the home run by Lenny Dykstra. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Orozco's going to be in there. He's our closer. Not very good, but he's in there. All right, here's Quinones. Fly ball right field. 1 up, 1 down. Davis, fly ball right field again. Over is Strawberry. Puts it away. We're going to get a pinch hitter. And pinch hitter is going to be, I believe, Manny Trio can pinch hit. Manny Trio's coming in to pinch hit. And there's the pitch, and that's going to go for extra bases. Oh, that was almost a home run. And that's going to be off the wall and into second base. Thinking about third, changes his mind. So it's a 2-out double. That puts the tying run at second base here in the bottom of the 9th off of Jesse Orozco. All right, Dave Martinez with the tying run at second base. Trio is slow. We really need somebody who's a little bit faster than Trio out there. Got a guy named Bob Dernier. He's a center fielder type. Let's bring in a pinch runner, Dernier. Let's see if we can find him quickly. There he is. He's fast. So Dernier's going to pinch run. Bottom 9th for Trio. All right, here's Dave Martinez, pitch from Orozco, and that's a 64, and that's strike 3, and the ball game's over. Mets win it by a score of 6-5. But boy, that was an exciting finish. Jesse Orozco is going to pick up the victory in this one. Picks up the win. The loss is going to go to, how long did this went? 58 minutes. Wow, this is a long one. The loss is going to go to, let's see, that was the Pino came in there. Whoever it was right here. One inning was for Hall. Right? Hall went an inning. Then Baller went an inning and started off that 9th inning. So Baller's going to take the loss. And that's it. So let's do the hits real quick. And I can, you know what? I'm using this system to kind of, so there's 2 hits there. And 1 hit there. There's another one there, another one there, another one there. So far, that's what? 6 hits, 7 hits, 8 hits, 9 hits, 10, 11, 12 hits total for the Mets. No errors. 3 errors by the third baseman, Quinones. And hits for the Cubs. Hits are in green. I've been doing this lately just because I have a lot of time on my hands and nothing else to do. So I make all my hits in green. Those 4 hits in that bottom of the 6th inning. That's 7 altogether. 8, 9. Big 2-run homer in the bottom of the 8th. And then a big pinch hit, single by Trio in the 9th to make it exciting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hits for the Cubs, 12 hits for the Mets. So the line score is Mets 6 runs, 12 hits, no errors. The Cubs 5 runs, 10 hits, 3 errors. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the walks I do in yellow. 1 walk there. Another walk there. Speaking of walks, I got to go walk my dog. Let's see the walks up here. Not a lot of walks in these earlier years. 70s and 80s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. Pitchers had a little bit more control. They weren't throwing as hard. Now the strikeouts, not a lot of strikeouts back then either. Guys took a lot of pride in making sure they didn't strike out. So far I got 3 strikeouts. I do the strikeouts in red so you can really see them stand out. In the modern games, wow, the whole page is almost red. But in these older games, even though this one saw a bunch of strikeouts, look at this one. Baller struck out the side in the top of the 8th. Here we got in the bottom of the 1st, Dawson strikes out. Davis in the 2nd. Pitcher Sanderson in the 3rd, and also Durham. Then in the 4th, it was Dawson strikes out the 2nd time. Sanderson again in the bottom of the 5th. And then at the bottom of the 7th, Martinez struck out. And then it was 3 strikeouts for Orozco in the bottom of the 8th after he gave up the 2-run home run. He struck out the last 2 batters. And then he struck out another one, the last batter of the game, Martinez, in the top of the 9th. So there you go. It brings it to life. Then I have, for the fly balls, I do the light blue. Fly ball there. Fly ball there. Pop up. Anything in the air, it's going to get blue. And 2 fly balls here. This was a great game, by the way. I love APBA. I mean, this is my first love. So, what can I tell you? My first love, my first kiss. I got to first base, second base, and hit a home run with APBA. I really love APBA. But I do. It's I sometimes I offer it some tough love. It is a 1950s Lost in Space. They used the Lost in Space robot as a reference to create this system. These are all the flyouts. Now the ground out's going brown. Ground out there. Ground out there. Another ground out. That's 3 ground outs. 4. Double play, ground out. 5. Another double play. So the Mets turned 2 big double plays. That's it. Here we're going to get back-to-back double play, a double play and a ground out to the pitcher. Fielder's choice is a ground out to the second baseman who went home with it. Then we got 2 more here in the top of the 5th. Got 2 more in the top of the 6th. I like to do gray because brown seems a little bit close to red. So I may change to there's another fielder's choice here. And that's it. So that's my whole thing. As you can see, the strikeouts are now easy to count. So this is CP Cards and Dice saying thanks for watching APBA Basic 1987 Mets replay. I'm going to input this information. Then I'll have my 1 loss for the next game. See how the Mets are doing in comparison to the St. Louis Cardinals. Cardinals beat them that year by 3 games. They were ahead 3 games by the close of the season. So we're going to see if the Mets can do better on that. We used a lot of pitchers for a game that's in the 80s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pitchers. So this is CP Cards and Dice from the Cold War era, McCarthyism, the Cuban Missile Crisis. Khrushchev and Kennedy are talking, and the Bay of Pigs. And this is CP Cards and Dice, along with his buddy, the Austin Space Robot, who helped Dick Seitz create this amazing APBA baseball game. Bidding you all farewell. I will check you out soon, and check out my other streams, and so long.